All right, well, thank you everybody for coming. My name is Sergeant Vince Lewis, the Public Affairs Bureau. We are very honored to have guests in the room. I'd like to recognize at this time Arizona State Senator Jeff Flake, our own Assistant Chief Mary Roberts. We also have speaking today Aaron Graham, who's Executive Director for Brand Safety and Security for Boehringer Ingelheim Pharmaceuticals, Inc. We also have Leonardo Liu, who's General Counsel for the Arizona Chapter of the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We are here to recognize the efforts and accomplishments of the Phoenix Police Department BEST squad, and they are the Business and Economic Stability Team for their lengthy investigation going back as far as 2 years. So at this time, I'd like to welcome the members of that squad to the stage. And I'd like to introduce, once again, Aaron Graham, Executive Director for Brand Safety and Security.
Thanks, Sergeant. I just want to make some very introductory comments. We're here today to recognize probably the most extraordinary counterfeit drug investigation in the history of the United States. The operation conducted by this crew seized over $1 million of counterfeit medicines, raided 23 locations, and protected countless residents of the Maricopa County, Phoenix area in this operation. Additionally, they raised awareness throughout the community that buying medicines in yerberias, bodegas, botanicas, illicit markets is dangerous for your health. And it helped people understand that if you want to buy prescription medicines, buy them in a trusted local pharmacy. It was critical. In the world of public-private sector partnerships, today's recognition is just really what I think we all strive for. As a former federal agent, I know we don't do anything unless we can work with the community, work with the local police departments, and in this case, the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce represents that community. It's a community that generates $660 billion to the U.S. economy. If you don't know that those medicines are dangerous, you're likely to buy them. So we want to do enforcement, we want to do public relations, we want to do outreach. And so I'm privileged to say that we have Senator Flake here today to talk about, from a federal perspective, how he views it and what his perspective is. And the fact, I think in my career, I never had a federal U.S. Senator come and tell us what a great job we did. So I think it's quite an honor for the police department, the BEST team, supervised by Sergeant Dave Lake, to have the Senator here. So I just thank you guys again for the great work that you did. Congratulations on what you've done for this community and really what you've done for law enforcement nationally to kind of set the bar. With that said, I thank Senator Flake for coming and introduce him, and I thank you all again.
I just want to say thank you to Phoenix PD, to the Hispanic Chamber, and also the private sector here working together on an issue like this. You know, counterfeit drugs is a huge problem in our country. The deaths that are occurring are increasing. This is a problem that is all over the country, but for a state that has an international border, it's even more dire. And so I just applaud all those who are involved. What a significant accomplishment to seize that much in counterfeit medicine. And not just that, but the education that's being provided by the Phoenix PD, the Hispanic Chamber, as well as others in the private sector to this problem. And so this is the way that things get done, these public-private partnerships. It leverages the resources of the city, Phoenix, and also state and federal efforts as well. So I just applaud you all for being part of this, and what a great accomplishment. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And now Leonardo Liu, with the General Counsel for the Arizona Chapter of the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Liu.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always a tough act to follow the senator here. But as Sergeant Lewis mentioned, I'm Leonardo Liu, General Counsel of the Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, board member as well, a chapter of the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. On behalf of both chambers, I wanted to just commend the Phoenix PD, the team members, on the success of Operation Unscripted and its fantastic efforts to crack down on and seize, obviously, the counterfeit and dangerous drugs that are adversely affecting our communities as a whole, but that are frankly having a disparate impact on our Hispanic communities, especially here in Arizona. There are over 4 million Hispanic-owned businesses in the U.S. as a whole, and over 123,000 of those here in Arizona. And these businesses make up the fastest growing segment of the small business sector. Protecting these business owners, their employees, and their families from the dangers of counterfeit drugs benefits clearly the public safety of our communities and the economy. In Phoenix alone, so it's estimated the Hispanic community spends over $1 billion in healthcare cost. And, with your continued assistance, our hope is that, we want to ensure that less and less of that goes towards these dangerous drugs that are being peddled and sold to unsuspecting patients. So, again, thank you to the Phoenix PD for everything that you do, and in particular, also to our other partners in helping protect our communities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Liu. That concludes the speaking portion of this assembly. We would like to thank our special guests for joining us. And if I may, on behalf of the Phoenix Police Department, we value our partnerships. We value all of the hard work that the men and women of the Phoenix Police Department do on a daily basis in investigations, patrol, and otherwise. So we thank you for this opportunity. And for those of you watching, thank you and be safe.